What's up, my friends, and welcome back to the Dragon's Lair. This is the Taoist Dragon of the Epic Peeps fam, but you can call me Toasty, and this is just a video so you guys can get to know me better. I was just trying to think of something to do, and I was like, you know what would be cool? Just questions that you guys can, that I'll answer, and you guys will just, yeah, I've already said it, get to know me better, but I will do another, what is it called? I can't remember off the top of my head. Question and answers. I'll do another Q&A at some point. I did one for a milestone, and I'm thinking of the 700 subscriber milestone. I don't necessarily want to do that Q&A for that too, though. But now I'm going off on a tangent. So I just found this website. It says Mantelligence. Never heard of it. But it's just 63 icebreaker questions for adults. Fun and unexpected questions. So, 8 best icebreaker questions. Yeah, let's just do this. If you could live in any sitcom, which one would it be? And then ask if they can sing the theme song too. Oh, goodness. If I could live in any sitcom, I think that's a tough question. I don't really watch a lot of sitcoms. That's not true. When I watch TV, I tend to watch things like sitcoms. But lately, I've just been watching, YouTube. I've been watching Let's Plays and vlogs and other things like that. That's not sitcoms. So I haven't seen sitcoms in a while. But I really like Futurama. I know that's like animated and whatever, but I don't think that's a... I can't think of a word, oh god. I don't think that's like against the rules? I don't know. It'd still be considered a sitcom, right? I guess that's all about it's set up like a sitcom, which is just the situation comedy. So yeah, I would say that Futurama's still a sitcom. I'm not sure if I would want to live in that world though. I mean, it's kind of cool. It's funny, like the retro futurism, but it's also got some things that are pretty freaky if it was real life. But I'm getting very technical and honest with my answer. It's like, the other thing is like other sitcoms are just, they're the world, it's just portrayed funny and whatever, because, comedy you have to be able to relate to. That's like one of the basic building blocks to comedy, which is why things like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy was seen as so experimental and different, because it was a sci-fi comedy, and it's like, will people be able to relate to that? I feel like it can be taken too technical, because they're worried about doing things, again, like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, but people can relate to a lot of things. And I don't know. Anyways. Yeah, I would have to go with Futurama. This was a lot longer than I was expecting to spend on this one question. And can I sing the theme song to Futurama? God, I don't even remember it off the top of my head. But there's not really a theme song to sing. It's like dun 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 dun. Yeah, it's all instrumental. But there you go. I don't even know where I got that from. Next question. What was in your high school locker? And allow them to take you down memory lane. My backpack sometimes. Books and papers. Oh, it was really boring. It may have been a mess, it may have not been. It was probably a mess, let's be real. I vaguely remember just stuffing it with papers and having to clean it out at the end of every semester kind of a thing. So there you go. Next question. If you had your own talk show, who would your first 3 guests be? And this is to learn persons, heroes, and icons. Let's see if we can still see this. I Haven't the foggiest, to be honest. This is not a question that I think about. For me, it's like I kind of see everybody as, well, not so much a hero. No offense, everybody, but it's just I see everybody as being somebody who has something important to share with the world. So I don't know. I don't really pick favorites. In fact, it's like very counter to my philosophy because I'm worried about choosing favorites in the ones that are not picked. You know, just how they'll feel, blah blah blah. And I get it, especially in like the American culture where you know, importance is placed upon those who do really well. And there's a good reason for that. We need to have successful people in the world, and celebrating success is one of the greatest ways to have a motivator, because you need to have like the ideal behavior be, you know, highlighted and seen as something desirable. And a lot of people, if success wasn't celebrated, you know, they wouldn't try for it. But I don't even feel like it's thought about that much. It's just seeing success as something that's kind of ingrained in our beings to kind of admire. But it's also something that we tear apart. But this is getting off on a tangent. I can talk about it in another video. But yeah, this list include people who are dead or not. You know, does it have to be people who are alive and people who are real? Because that would drastically change my answers. Yeah, I have no idea for this one. I'm sorry, guys. If a movie was being made of your life and you could choose the actor and actress to play you, who would you choose and why? Me, I'm an actor. And that's only sort of a joke answer. If I had to pick someone who is like childhood trail of myself, I have no idea. I don't know a lot of child actors out there, and I don't know who would look like me the best. So that's where I would start. But if we're going up to like modern day me, I am an actor, and I would want to be in the part of portraying me. What is the scariest thing you've ever done for fun? It gives them a chance to tell an awesome story. Okay, scariest thing I've ever done for fun. I'm not a big risk taker. God, that just makes me sound like a boring nerd. I'm not. I'm amazing and beautiful. It's just... Why did I say beautiful? I don't know. I know I say it all the time, but it's like... Even I don't know why, to be honest. Anyways... I will go out there, I will do silly things, but I'm not going to do dumb things. I don't want to do things like, for instance, ghost hunting. I do believe in ghosts, but that's besides the point. I don't feel like inviting trouble on myself is a good time. There's people in the background, but... okay, it still sounds like there's some background noise, but it's at a good point right now. Anyways, I like to climb up some like really tall things and jump off, and I feel bad about it. I want to have a more interesting story, and maybe I do, I'm just not remembering off the top of my head, but there you go. If you could instantly become an expert in something, what would it be? I would love to just be like an expert in language, especially like on like the superpower level of I just knew every language there was, because that would be so cool. It just opens up so many doors to interact with people and ways of thinking about the world, and yeah, it's just, it would be so cool. And I've talked about it before. I really love language. If you could eliminate one thing from your daily routine, what would it be and why? Food. I would like to get rid of me having to eat Sleep is a close second. I really like dreams, but it would be nice to get like that time back. But food, I love food, and it would be nice if I could eat food recreationally. But in terms of having to eat, it sucks because you'll just be doing stuff and then you're like, I'm hungry, I need to eat food, and then it takes time, you have to prepare food, blah blah blah. I know, I'm so lazy. I even love cooking, but still, yeah. And the last question, what is your real favorite movie? What movie do you pretend is your favorite to sound cultured? I don't have one of each, despite what it says here. Well, for one, personally, I don't feel like putting on airs to impress people. I never have. But my favorite movie is Jaws and the Star Wars franchise. Particularly, I want to say the first three, but I don't even know. I haven't watched the prequels in a while. I have seen like the first one more recently, and it's not too great. I mean, everybody says that, so they can't be wrong, right? I didn't feel like it was the worst thing in the world. It just felt like they could have done something with it that they didn't. And they did things that were just kind of silly in the franchise, but definitely the first three, the original series, is amazing, and I grew up with them. Same thing with Jaws. Jaws gave me a phobia of sharks, but it's just a really great movie. Again, I don't really pick favorites of things. That's just kind of like, this is my list, but to be honest, I'll go back to them, and that's one of the reasons why I'll consider them my favorites, but it all depends on my mood. If you'd like to see me do more stuff like that, of course let me know. It's a lot of fun. And it's really interesting to me to see, like, oh, I have to answer this weird random question I never even thought about. Like a talk show. So, for the next one of these, I don't know. I'll do a Q&A. Is what I really want to do. I want to answer your guys' questions. So there you have it. I will post on Twitter, so keep an ear out, and I will ask you guys for some questions and ask away, and it'll be featured in that video. I hope you've enjoyed this bit of the Dragon's Treasure. Pretend a like is a like, and drop it if you haven't already. I appreciate if you showed that sub and bell button some love, and don't forget, sharing is caring. Stay beautiful.